taken them from that position, like doing that fly, to then prepare them for more of a press. We go to like the incline before we go to the flat, and that's just for that same reason of using gravity to kind of.
I love that tip, Justin. That was like one of those.
Bench press is more technical. It's a harder exercise to actually do.
It is, and I don't think that's a natural thing for anyone to do. In fact, I didn't piece that together as a coach and trainer till like probably a decade later.
That's only because we put so much value on the bench press that we think that that's the one that you start with. But I think the incline it's way less technical. It's easier for people to do right.
Yeah, so people understand what we're trying to explain is when you teach somebody how to activate and work the chest, we talked earlier about form and technique, that it's important that we learn to take our shoulders in the retracted and depressed position. So if you think about when you're laying flat on a bench, that doesn't naturally kind of happen where you roll back and down. Whereas if you're on an incline bench, the gravity is kind of is dropping those shoulders back into that perfect position. And again, that was something I just pieced together over trial and error with clients, teaching them. I started to realize, oh, wow, that naturally puts them in that position when I put them on incline. So I have a better time teaching them how to activate chest. So if you are a relatively new lifter or you're somebody listening and you have a hard time feeling in your chest, great way to start your workout would be that foam roll fly to kind of activate it real light, just getting the control and getting the position, then going to like an incline press, I think is
I'll say something controversial here. I think the incline press is superior for many different reasons. It's superior for bodybuilding reasons because it develops a more aesthetic, quote unquote, aesthetic chest, because it develops the upper chest. So you develop this nicer looking chest. So that's number one. It's easier to do right for the reasons that you said. In fact, there are oftentimes you'd have clients that you would not lay flat on their back because they couldn't get in the position, or they had high blood pressure, or they didn't have the shoulder stability. So I would never put them on the back, but I would put them on an incline all day long. And then I'd even make the argument for functionality. When you're pushing things away from yourself in real life, it's almost always in that incline kind of position because you're kind of pushing forward. So I would argue it's somewhat of a superior exercise. Now, I'm not going to say that the bench press isn't great. The value of the bench press, you could load the hell out of it. You could add way more weight to a bench press than you could on an incline. But it's way more technical.
You'd be surprised though. You'd be surprised though. Like I mean, obviously, if you listen to this podcast long enough, you've heard me talk about this before. But I think one of the biggest moments or periods of time in my lifting career, as far as developing my physique, was my chest and was from the effort towards the incline bench press. And a lot of that, what at least my experience was, most people neglected it. Because it's harder, because I can't lift as much weight. So, and I fall in that category of skinny guys that wanted to build muscle, wanted to feel strong in the gym, and I could throw on an extra 50 plus pounds on a flat bench than I could on incline. Therefore, they were similar enough to me as a kid. Oh, I'm just going to keep doing this flat bench. And all I did was continue to develop that to where there was this massive discrepancy. I mean, I remember vividly, there was a time when I could flat bench 275 and like 135 incline was like hard. I mean, there was that much discrepancy between my incline and my flat because I neglected it so much. And then I went on this kick where I was like, okay, I'm going to try and catch my incline bench up to my flat bench. And I actually did. I got to a point when I could do 315 on incline, 315 on flat bench. And that was the best I had ever felt as far as the development of my chest. And so I do think there's some secret sauce there for the average listener. Now, if you're somebody who does an equal amount of incline as you do flat, which there's not too many people I know like that, but if you are, then maybe this tip isn't for you.
And if you're a power lifter and you compete in a specific, in the bench press, you got to do
more sense.
Right. But everybody else, general pop, I agree with you, Sal.
Yeah. I did more incline with my clients than I did bench, 100%. Yeah. The bench is just so technical. It's a very technical movement in comparison to the incline, and the incline gives you lots and lots of phenomenal benefits. So if I had to pick one over the other for the average person, it was always incline.